Believe it or not, the iconic Ford Mustang took its name not from the wild stallion, but from the P-51 Mustang, a World War II fighter plane that was known for its speed and agility. That's a captivating fact, isn't it? So buckle up and join us on a journey through time as we delve into the history and evolution of this quintessential American muscle car, the Ford Mustang. In the dynamic landscape of the early 1960s, as the automotive industry felt the winds of change, Ford found itself at a pivotal moment. Lee Iacocca, the visionary vice president, envisioned a vehicle that would cater to the burgeoning desires of the youth market. The result of this vision? The Ford Mustang, conceived to be more than just a car, it was a cultural statement. Designers crafted concept art and early sketches that showcased a departure from conventional aesthetics. The Mustang, with its sleek lines and sporty demeanor, was poised to disrupt the automotive status quo. Little did they know that they were laying the groundwork for a vehicle that would transcend its mechanical nature. Production of the Ford Mustang commenced 5 months ahead of the typical start for the 1965 production year. While the early production models are commonly referred to as 1,964.5 models, Ford advertised VIN-coded, and titled all Mustangs as 1965 models. Minor design updates were implemented in August 1964 at the formal commencement of the 1965 production year, leading to the tracking of 1,964.5 production data separately from 1965 data. Production began in Dearborn, Michigan on March 9, 1964, with the first public sale occurring on April 14, 1964, at a Ford dealership in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada, even before the official introduction at the New York World's Fair on April 17, 1964. The available body styles initially included a 2-door hardtop and convertible with a 2+2 fastback added to the lineup in September 1964. Notably, a Wimbledon white convertible with a red interior featuring paint code P was strategically placed in the James Bond movie Goldfinger during its London premiere on September 17, 1964. This occurred before the Mustang's official introduction. Additionally, a tropical turquoise coupe with paint code O was showcased in the subsequent film Thunderball during its Tokyo premiere on December 9, 1965. The Mustang garnered favorable publicity, with articles appearing in 2,600 newspapers the morning after its official reveal. The car, available as a 4-seat model with ample space for front bucket seats and a rear bench seat, became a standard offering. The Fastback 2+2, first manufactured on August 17, 1964, featured an enclosed trunk space beneath a sweeping exterior line reminiscent of the second series Corvette Stingray and European sports cars like the Jaguar E-Type coupe. The impact of the Ford Mustang on the automotive industry cannot be overstated. Magazines featured it on their covers, and advertisements flooded the media, cementing its status as a symbol of youthful exuberance and freedom. In order to achieve an advertised list price of $2,368 equivalent to $21,990 in 2022, the Mustang heavily relied on familiar yet straightforward components, many of which were already in production for other Ford models. A significant portion of the interior, chassis, suspension, and drivetrain components were derived from those utilized in Ford's Falcon and Fairlane. This strategic use of common components not only simplified the assembly and repair processes for workers but also allowed dealers to incorporate the Mustang into their inventory without the need for additional investments in spare parts. Original sales forecasts initially predicted fewer than 100,000 units for the inaugural year. However, this projection was swiftly exceeded within 3 months of the Mustang's rollout. A remarkable 318,000 units were sold during the model year, setting a record. Within its initial 18 months, the production of Mustangs surpassed the 1 million mark. Numerous adjustments were implemented at the customary launch of the new model year in August 1964. These changes included the incorporation of backup lights in certain models, the introduction of alternators to replace generators, an enhancement of the 6-cylinder engine from 170 to 200 cu in 2.8 to 3.3 L, with a power increase from 101 to 120 GP, 75 to 89 kilowatts, and an upgrade of the V8 engine from 260 to 289 cu in 4.3 to 4.7 L, with a power increase from 164 to 210 GP, 122 to 157 kilowatts. The rushed production process resulted in some unique quirks, such as a horn ring bearing the Ford Falcon logo covered by a trim ring featuring a Ford Mustang logo. These distinctive features led to the identification of the 121,538 early versions as 1,964.5 inches Mustangs, a distinction that continues to be upheld by purists. Ford's designers initiated work on larger versions even as the original was achieving sales success. Although Lee Iacocca later expressed dissatisfaction with the Mustang's growth, he oversaw the 1967 redesign. From 1967 to 1973, the Mustang underwent size increases without necessarily gaining more power. The facelift in 1967 provided the Mustang with a more substantial overall appearance and facilitated the introduction of a big block engine. Front and rear end styling became more pronounced, and the twin cove instrument panel featured a thicker crash pad and larger gauges. The hardtop, fastback, and convertible body styles remained unchanged. Around this period, the Mustang was paired with a Mercury variant called the Cougar, exhibiting its own styling cues including a prowling cat logo and hidden quad headlamps. New safety regulations by the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, for 1967 led to the inclusion of an energy-absorbing steering column and wheel, four-way emergency flashers, a dual-circuit hydraulic braking system, and softer interior knobs. The 1968 models underwent revisions to side scoops, the steering wheel, and gasoline caps. Side marker lights were introduced that year, and cars manufactured after January 1, 1968 included shoulder belts for both front seats on coupes. The 1968 models also featured a new 302 cu in 4.9L V8 engine designed with federal emissions regulations in mind. The 1969 restyling added more heft to the body as width and length again increased. Weight went up markedly too. The 1969 models, due to their larger body and revised front-end styling, exhibited a notably aggressive stance which continued to a lesser extent in 1970. These models showcased quad headlamps, which disappeared in the 1970 models, making way for a wider grille and a return to standard headlamps. The shift back to standard headlamps aimed to temper the aggressive styling of the 1969 model, perceived by some as too extreme and potentially detrimental to sales, although the 1969 production exceeded the total for 1970. We hope you liked the first part of the evolution of the Ford Mustang. Join us next time when we will talk about the second and tiered generation of this wonderful car. If you like this video, we do appreciate it a lot if you like this video. While you're here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This way you'll always be updated with our latest videos. See you later.